Okay, all right. Now we're getting started. What's up, Tata? How's it? Yeah, my man, I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm really good. It's another day. Um, yeah, I just started not long ago. I think at 9, just before. Yeah, just about 9. And yeah, so we're still waiting for others to join us. Yes, TK, Tato, both of you are welcome. Um, I'm sure you remember this story we were having yesterday in the debate. And if you were here 2 nights ago, you probably would then see a correlation between what we talked about yesterday, what we talked about the nights before, and what we're having now. Now there's a strong correlation. So I'd like to hear what you have to say. Yeah, let me pause it there. There's a lot I would have loved to say, but let me allow you to feel free to share. What's up, TK? Feel free, guys. Come up. Feel free. Let's have a chat. Let's have a chat before the others join us. Now, if you were in this lady's position, what would you do? Or if this lady was your woman and she's out there asking for help, how would you react if you were the guy in the story? How would you react? What's up, Tato? What's up, TK? How are you guys?
Hey, Mr. Asian, how are you, man?
I'm good in you.
I'm alright, TK. I'm good, Tato. I'm good. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Okay. I'm sure you're taking your time. Look at what we have on the board. Don't tell me it's a bit controversial. I think it's pretty straightforward. Well, take your time. It's quite a lot to read. It's quite a lot to read. But I can break it down if you so need me to.
Nah, I think it makes sense. Hey, after I think it was like 2 days ago.
Yeah, you're connecting the dots. That's good. Bubbles, what's up? Come up. I know Bubbles had a lot to say yesterday. Please come. The moment you notice there's a crime involved, you are walking out. Woza, again. Woza. Come and tell us now. Hello, Bubbles.
Hello, Bubbles.
How are you, girl?
Introduce himself as Tato in some other platform. So, hi, Tato.
No, you're right the first time.
So Tato said his name is Tato. That's nice, Tato.
Yeah. When you guys are talking to people from other countries, apparently it changes. Hey, it's not Tato anymore.
It's Tato.
Hi, TK.
Interesting. Don't make it a thing. Okay, Tato. We're not making it a thing. Oh. Okay, Bubbles. I'm sure you see what's on the board. I'm not sure you were here 2 nights ago, were you?
I don't think so.
Okay, TK was here. Maybe he can give you guys a background. And I'm waiting for Princess to come as well. Princess was also here 2 nights ago. Now, carefully read what's on the board and connect the dots and see. And from what we spoke about yesterday, you were here yesterday. And then now tell me,
Yeah.
what would you do? Take your time and read what's on the board. Digest it. No rush. We have the whole night here.
Mr. Asian, so what was
Yes,
the
sir.
topic for last night?
Last night, they've been dating for like 2 years, and I mean, he's everything that she wanted and prayed for, and so on. He's rich, he's everything. He's cool, man. Takes care of her, respect her, put everything. Only that he opened up to her a few weeks ago that he is indeed.
Oh, okay, now everything makes sense. All right. And I know what everything makes sense, man. Ugh. You were very smart with this, weren't you? No, I see you. You're the next Stephen King, the next novel writer.
Okay, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you.
Nah, it's a compliment, man. No, take it as a compliment. I mean, for you to drag this on as long as you did, but with the intention of finally giving us the full story today, that was calculated, man.
Thank you.
PK,
Thank
where
you.
would you greet me back when I greet you?
Did you greet me?
Eh,
No, I didn't hear. Okay, I'm sorry. How are you, Bubbles?
doing well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Honestly, I actually didn't hear you greet me.
I'm sure you were
I
reading.
did.
I'm sure
It's
your mind was
okay.
in the story.
It was. I
Yeah.
was like,
Get
Mr.
the
Asian,
story gets
I'm gonna
trickier all the
love
time.
you.
It gets trickier. I mean, yesterday this question was easier to answer, but now I'm a bit conflicted myself.
No, I think everything makes sense now. It really does, especially if you were here 2 nights ago. You're like, oh, okay, finally.
I missed the 2 nights ago part.
No, I think the Black Friday one was 2 nights ago, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it yesterday?
Yeah, that's correct. It was two
Yeah,
nights ago.
yeah. And I know with the Black Friday one, I was like, you know what? She's feeling insecure and whatnot and whatnot. And I think everybody had the same idea about it. And I think
Yeah,
at
that's
some point,
correct.
yeah, at some point we even said she was cheating.
We accused her of cheating. I mean,
Oh,
for 2 months, how could you deprive your partner for 2 months?
right. I feel like this is also in relation with the cat thing, courthouse, court case, whatever it is.
Okay, okay,
Even before, could you mute your mic, please?
okay.
Thank you.
That's sounding interesting. I see the connection you're making with Kat now. That's nice.
Yeah. No, because I think I was watching this other live and this guy was like, it's funny on how because he was talking about the Purple Hearts movement, femicide, and he's like, it's funny how
Mm-hmm.
women get conflicted when you have a character like Vusi Cat and Tabo Besta. And you know what, these
Mm-hmm.
guys, in a way they also, well, let's be honest, with Cat, he's accused of attempted murder of his ex-girlfriend. And
Mm-hmm.
Tabo Besta, I think it was that whole thing with Nandipa. So now this makes sense, guys. It's basically we're saying that if your husband was a killer or was like a person who does GBV, would you stay with them? That's the question.
You know what? I'm normally like a liberal. I say the most worst extreme things ever, but you know what? On the women that like find people like Besta and Matlala attractive, and they're like, oh, it's so now I'm confused. I'm judging them. I'm sorry. This is the first time I'll ever place judgment on a person, but I'm judging them through and through.
No, I'm with you, Bubbles. I'm really with you.
Okay.
I also think that sometimes, what I've realized is people don't think it will happen to them. Like it's like when you have a friend who's a serial gossiper and they're gossiping the whole time and you think you're so special that they're not gonna gossip about you, but they do it. It's the same with the best thing. I think the ladies think, oh no, it's not gonna happen to me. He's not gonna do it to me, and he will, yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I know you were not here 2 nights ago, and also Tato wasn't here 2 nights ago. Maybe I could have given a bit of background about what happened 2 nights ago, and then you can then draw the parallel. Um, you can then draw it and align it with what we had yesterday. and now you can then pass your judgment because yesterday we're all standing on our moral
However,
high
can you guys?
horse, and the night before we're condemning the girl.
Oh, let me mute. Sorry.
And we're condemning the girl yesterday and saying, no, come on, man, you can leave. It's easier for you to leave. And what you call it? And also 2 nights ago, we said the girl we even accused her of cheating and so on and many things. But here we are for real, now having to face this reality, this mess. And mind you, in according to her story, she didn't know about this. She never knew. I mean, this guy runs a farm. She just takes things, delivers, and she goes. She has her own day job, by the way. This lady has a day job. She goes to work, she comes back. She's carrying on with her life. Husband goes to farm, comes back. He does exports, and so everything looks legit. But because he's a kingpin, he's not the one who goes on the street to do the job. So nobody gets to know. He's just that person. But now he seems to say, okay, you know what? I'm sure I want to settle with this girl. I want to settle with Bubbles, and it's important for her to know, for me to let her know fully what I am and who I am. And then he goes and say, Bubbles, you know, Peter, yes. You know Tato, yes. You know Tsepo, yes. You know those guys, yeah. Those are my associates. Of course, you know them because you deliver parcels to them and so on. They come produce. But sometimes it's not really parcels you deliver. It's this, it's that. This was good. He tries now to open up to you. And you just see that you are already entangled in all this. If you decide to run in and go report, you are going down as well. But it's not what you want anyway. What would you do? So she's asking, do I ride or die? Do I ride and die, or sink the ship now?
Mr. Ancient,
Alba,
I've got
Lala,
a.
how are you guys?
Ooh, yeah. Let's greet Aboke and Lala. Hope you guys are good.
Hello, Lala.
Hi, my Lala.
Bubbles with the one greeting that
Hi
kills
everyone, how are
everyone
you?
else.
We're good.
Oh, Kitty, you've got such a cute voice.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, cool. So the topic is about like Ket Matlala, right?
No.
It's not. No, it's not.
You guys were talking about the fact that girls are very much fond of him, and then you asking them, so how do you fall in love with her? I just arrived, okay? That's what I heard so far.
No, we're making like a whole relation about it.
Okay, cool. So this is the main topic that is too long on the on the board. I don't have my glasses. I can't even see everything. Oh, Black Friday, man. Okay, cool. Is it about Black Friday? Our guysing, please prep me up, summarize it for me. This is too
Okay, Lala,
long.
calm down. Calm down. Let me read it for you. Let me read this for you so that you understand. It's not about Black Friday. It's not about Cat Matlela. So I'm going to read it for you by adding a few details, details of what we discussed 2 nights ago and last night, and you were not here. So you just try and follow. So on Friday, my partner and I went shopping, and while at one of the tills, the cashier was overly friendly and kept referring to my partner as Stand Sam, right? Every second. He seemed to be enjoying the attention, and he was also responding and smiling. Now I'm adding a few details now. And when I frowned at it, he said I was overreacting and being dramatic. Right? He said I was overreacting and being dramatic. There was nothing there. Um, okay, yeah, I know that we haven't had Sam in a while for about 2 months now, right? But that's because I told him I was not in the mood for 2 months. And what else again? Yeah, I told him I was not in the mood, and he said he understands. He understood, and so we've been there for 2 months. But now I don't know, am I being jealous, or he's cheating on me, or he's planning to leave?
Okay.
right? After 2 years. No. That's it. That's part of it. Now, the reason why I was actually not in the mood was because no, let me give you another detail. But this my partner is a loving partner. He respects me. He's also wealthy. He takes care of me. He does everything. I also have my day job anyway, so it's not like I'm relying on him. But this is somebody who he's my dream man. He's everything. He's a good father, a good partner. He's a teacher. He's a leader. He's everything I ever dreamed of. He cares for me. He protects me, right? Um, but then a few weeks ago, he then opened up to me, right? That he's actually a notorious criminal. And that few weeks ago, and that's actually what led to me just being turned off and not wanting to have any intimacy with him. That he's actually a notorious criminal. And this is after 2 years of our relationship. The thing is, he's a kingpin. And I have been in on this whole crime without knowing. What I know about him is that I know he owns a farm and he exports produce, farm produce, and so on. I've also delivered parcels and picked up goods for him from his associates from time to time, right? They know me, the associates know me, and we've also used my personal account for multiple transactions. I mean, this is my partner, right? It's just a lot. Right now, I'm in on this mess. What do I do? Do I ride and die or sink the ship now?
Thank you so much for literally giving me a further clarification. I know I couldn't see because I don't have my glasses on. So what is a kingship, by the way?
A kingpin is a ringleader, is
Ringleader.
somebody who
Okay.
is a boss of crime.
Ah, no, like I feel like instead of her like feeling like her man is cheating on her, she should know that he hides more than that. She's 100% right by saying he's flirting. You want to know why? Because if someone can just hide something as profound as like what they do for a living, what else can they hide from? Like that is their source of income. And remember that they're using the same account. And then the money just comes in your account without knowing where it is from because you think that your man is having a different job, but he lied to you. If he had told her from the word go and then she decided like, okay, cool, I'm gonna literally stick with a man that is literally doing that criminal activity. I'm gonna stick to that kingpin and then support him. Then it will make logical sense. But I hear her. It's Tanasami. And then she said for 2 months that I don't want to be touched. And he said it's okay. No. The man is busy. He's literally not just lying about his job and what he's doing for a living. He's busy, honestly. Just like Daddy and he's just okay. He just not wake up and saying, Stanisam, I have needs. I know I messed up. As a man, when you messed up, you need to kind of nag your woman a bit, like, I messed up, but I miss you so much. He's never said those words. Not even once. Not even once.
Well, now are you focusing on him not getting some, or the fact that he realized that he's about to lose the love of his life, and also that he has been keeping a
Losing the love
secret,
of his life is his
and
fault. You
he's
can't
giving
keep
no, yeah,
the
that's
love
why
of
he's giving her
your
time.
life if you don't tell
Couldn't
the
that be
truth. That's not
that's
the
why he's
love of
giving her
his
time
life.
to
That is
couldn't
his
that be why
toy.
I was
couldn't
about
that
to
be
say
why
that though.
couldn't that be why that's why he's giving her
But
time to
that's not
process
the
it?
love of his life, though. That's his toy. I don't feel like, you know what, Ne? I feel like we as human beings have our own errors. I feel like no one is perfect. We have our own flaws. Now, if you look at a person and say, this is the love of my life, but you don't have the guts nor the audacity to let them know of the things that you're doing that are wrong or your weaknesses, then that's not the love of your life. Because the love of your life is a person that you're comfortable to share uncomfortable things to. So he couldn't
Okay.
share that. So, wrong woman.
Lala,
Yes.
let me give you this scenario, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me and you are dating.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we financially stable. You have your own job, right? I have my own job, so we're
Mm-hmm.
fine. The thing is, you met me at a time where I finally managed to come up, and before that, I didn't really have a lot of things, so I didn't really have a lot of options.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now I'm at that point in life where I'm like, you know what, this is good. And the honest truth is, I have my criminal ways, you know, and I don't know how to tell you. I don't know how you're gonna react. You know what? I stay up like for 5 nights to a month, asking myself how I'm gonna tell you. Why? Because I just don't wanna lose you. I don't know what you're gonna say about me. Your your criticism will do wonders, towards me. Because I do love you, right? So at the end of the day, me not telling you, it's not because I don't like you, it's because I love you. You know, I'm scared of how you're gonna react to this.
Okay.
And
Interesting.
Um,
okay, Bubbles,
No,
go
sister.
ahead.
Here's the thing, right? I think that when you meet someone and you don't give them, if you withhold information from them that will make them take a different decision, um, as opposed to if you told them everything. That's a form of manipulation. This is no different from you dating someone for 2 years and they don't tell you that they have a family somewhere else and they are married. And the reason why they didn't tell you that they were married is because they knew you were going to leave them. It's no different. It's the same thing, and it is a form of manipulation to not give someone in all the information that they need to make a decision. And I mean, in this scenario, the thing about it, I don't want to be too hypothetical. Realistically speaking, once someone does not give you the information and now you caught feelings, it's much more difficult to leave, because now you also developed feelings, you care for them, blah blah blah, you have memories and all of those things. uh, Needless to say, it is still within your best interest to leave that relationship as soon as you have the information, because it will not get any better. But that is not easy. It requires a lot of emotional, what's the word?
Emotional
Maturity,
courage.
and yeah, it requires a lot of that. It's not gonna be easy to leave. This is where this lady has to literally play chess, to protect herself. To be honest, it's a crazy situation, because if she goes and snitch, this guy's a kingpin. He could do something to her, but just continuing and just going with the flow as if nothing changed, that's even worse, because eventually the guy is gonna get caught and he's gonna go down with her. So she literally has to play chess. If I were her, I would just start consulting with a lawyer and see how best I can be maybe a state witness or whatever. And this is just a logical decision, but when emotions are involved also, I don't want to be ignorant of that fact that when you love someone, then your logic doesn't really kick in the same. But the best case scenario here is that she needs to consult a lawyer, protect herself, maybe turn into a state witness. That's the best deal she can get out of this. Otherwise, she's going down with the guy.
Oh, that's a good point. No, that's definitely a good point. I think, right, just from what happened on the Black Friday scenario, she's still in love with the guy. And like you said, she's gonna need that emotional courage or emotional maturity, whatnot, just so she can make it out, right? But I hope once everything is said and done, she doesn't regret it, you know. And then on top of that, the thing is, we don't know if they have kids. We don't know if they have a family, right? Mr. Ancient. Okay, Mr. Ancient Stallone's
Yes,
break.
talk to me. Talk to me.
Yeah,
Is there a child involved? That's what you're asking.
yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Oh, well, there is no living child involved. Otherwise, she's 4 months pregnant.
She's 4 months pregnant.
Yo,
Yeah, now,
Yeah, I get it. Remember the other day? That's why I was laughing the other day when you guys were talking about how can you be when somebody's pregnant, they do not get involved in that in coitus and so on and so forth. But this was her
yeah.
life, and you guys were really literally discussing her life without knowing. So I just kept quiet. I let it play out. I didn't
Yo,
want to say, but that's what she's. No, no, no. I let it play out to say there are people who, when they are pregnant, they really want to get this thing. And yo, yeah, long story though.
no, you
But
played
that's
this.
her
You
story.
played it. No, you did your job, man. I don't even know what to say. This is too much now. You know, Mr. Ancient, this reminds me of do you know Stephen King?
No, I don't know him. I have to check him out. You've mentioned him twice now.
Yeah, man. He's a very good author now. So he's got, I think, two books, Mr. Mercedes and Finders Keepers. Ah, what he did on those novels, that's what you're doing right now. Or what you did.
Thank you. Thank you.
So guys, now that
Thank
we know these she's 4 months pregnant, now she has a lot to consider. And I think that we also have to think about her financial situation after the guy goes to prison. Will she still be fine? Will she need help? It's just a lot, guys. But
you
I
know
still
what,
say,
PK,
yeah,
let me say this. It is better. It is still in the best interest of that child. Actually, if there's a child involved, now she has to be as selfless can ever be. If there's a child involved, she needs to take the decision in the best interest of the child, which would be if both of the parents are arrested for 25 years, because eventually they're going to get caught at some point. And she needs to think if now mommy and daddy are both in prison for 25 years, my child will not have a parent, right? So it is in the best interest of that child that she plays a game that will throw that guy under the bus while she saves herself best way possible. Because when they both get caught and both are in prison for 25 years, that's worse than poverty. I can promise you that poverty is easier to maneuver with a child. If you are having a child, maybe they are on a grant, and there's a lot of children that are raised that way. I'm not saying it's right, but they are surviving. But if you have a child that has both parents in prison, that's worse. That's worse. So if there's a child involved, now she really is under pressure to just take in a decision in the best interest of the child, which is throwing that guy under the bus. All I'm saying is poverty is a better devil to contend with than jail.
ooh, oh, that's a good point again. Well, you know what? To each their own, right? I feel like it's better. Like I don't think I would. It depends. Hey, I think it's just preference. I would love if both parents can raise the child, right? But in this scenario, if one is to go down, right, it's better if the child stays with his mom or her mom. So I do agree with you, Bubbles, but 50-50.
Yeah,
Guys, let's keep tapping. Let's get more people here. Let's get more people in the room. It's I think it's actually supposed to be very heated because we need people to share their views. This is actually something that someone is going through right now and they need help. The fact that you're able to even connect it to what's happening to Kat alone means that we can already paint it to reality. And I'm very certain that this person reached out because they see now what's happening to Kat and what happened to Nan. I mean, they see these things around, they know that it's only a matter of time. There's no way. If Kat has been doing his own job according to their record since 2000, since the year 2000, 25 years, nothing happened until this year he got caught. So I'm sure she's thinking to herself, a time will come, according to Bubbles, a time will come, this will end. And I never wanted in any of this. I didn't know when I got myself into this. Right? So guys, please guys, let's keep tapping. Let's get these likes up. Let's get more people in, share it live. I want to hear, perhaps we'll find somebody who is actually going through this or who's been through this and say, yay, this is what I found myself in. I was dating some guy. There was this lady here yesterday, last night. What was her name? I can't remember. Who said no? I think she's been with I think somebody who commits, is it fraud or something or whatnot? Yeah, and she said something around that, but there was not really much of an entanglement in her story, So which means we can get really live experience from this. But yeah, here it is. I am happy we have 2 ladies and 2 guys on the panel. What would you advise them to do? If she decides to walk away without a plan, she might be walking out of. I mean, if this guy doesn't take her out, his associate might do it because she knows a lot. Maybe not even, if not too much.
Yeah. I was gonna say actually exactly that. It's very imperative that they get this guy into jail and this criminal organization shut down, because if this child is born into in crime and stuff, there are a lot of things that could go wrong. Especially, I don't know if this farm is a euphemism for like maybe an illegal drug thing. It's not gonna end well. Even if she ride or dies and she's in it, it's not gonna end well, because like now these people have a bargaining chip of the child to be able to get to the kingpin and the wife and stuff. So it's not gonna be okay. So I recommend she just leaves, goes to the police, maybe stays with her parents or friends or sister or something, while she tries to get her money and finances in order and everything else in order.
Okay. I'd like to hear. Oh yeah, of course, the farm was a front. The farm was a front, yeah.
But Nkosiam, he lied for the longest time. How can you look at the woman that you love so much and the one you want to build a future with and then not tell her the truth because you're scared? If you're scared of losing someone, you
But I
should
just did. I told her the truth now, and she's taking 4 months to process it. Or 2 months rather.
It must take her 10 years to process it. Because what do you mean? Bubbles, agreed?
It's
Because
fine. That's why
like
I'm not rushing her. She can
you
take her
put her
time.
to the love of your life,
He's a
babe. But to when
manipulator. He's a
Lala, why?
criminal. He even duped the lady herself. I mean that's just
Exactly.
criminal mentality. I would actually poison him.
That's not
actually.
wrong.
Yo, Bubbles, isn't that a bit extreme though?
Bubbles, you must
Is it
understand that if this
extreme?
guy is a
Because
kingpin,
if he
but
if
Bubbles, you must
if
understand if this guy is a
if he
kingpin.
ever
Sorry.
finds out,
Yeah.
okay.
No, proceed then. Proceed.
If he ever finds out that she's working on an exit plan, he might just remove her completely. He might just make her disappear. And so maybe she can make him disappear before she disappears,
But you must understand, that's what I was going to say. If this guy is a kingpin, you must understand that if anything happens to him, his people will come for her. Anything happens, anything, even if a fly touches his head unapproved,
I mean,
they will come for her because she knows a lot.
it depends on how she executed, in which thingy she uses to poison him. Okay, so it depends on. I could just curate a heart attack, something like that.
It sounds like Bubbles has done this before.
Oh no, hell no, no. Jeez, no.
I'm sure she watches too much movies. She watches too much movies, this one.
Forensic Files, man. 48 hours.
And you must understand, even in those movies, they still get caught. So, hey. Grip, how's it?
Well, brother. Hello, everyone. Greetings, greetings. How's it, Ancient?
I'm good, my man. It's been a while. Where have you been, bro?
Yeah. Hey, been busy, man. Been busy. I had lots and lots of production to do. You know how a lot of companies want to do campaigns for the upcoming festive season and. It's like 7 videos, 12 videos, 10 videos during the day filming, in the evening scripting, you know? So, finally done though. And yeah, I think we wrapped the last few on Friday. There's a few left now that we need to shoot, but all the scripts are written. So today being a Monday was the first time that I actually got some me time.
Oh, that's good, man. I'm happy. At least you're winning. That's it. Whatever
Man,
whatever is keeping you busy, you're winning. That's a good one.
showcase.
How are you, Grip, man? How are you?
Look at TK, I'm well. How are you, sir?
Nah, good, thanks, man. Good, thanks.
Peace.
We're just discussing this topic, man. It's an interesting one.
I just came in. I haven't even read the board. I just came in. Ancient plugged me same time. Okay, let me just have a read through it.
Okay. Yo, Bubbles, you seem to be the one who has advice for this lady. I don't know if she's gonna take your advice, but I hope she's listening.
I hope she
Well,
takes it.
you know the advice. I think the one that, she should go to a lawyer, see what her options is, or what her options are. I'm sorry. That's a good one. That's a good one. But the analyzing one, yeah. Ooh.
I mean, if you remove the kingpin, the gang gets weak for some time, so it will buy her some time, I guess.
Well, I think with the campaigns, Bubbles, there's always that right-hand guy. It's never that one, like, even with Cat, even with the late Pablo Escobar, there's always that right-hand guy who's always there. So that's why I
That's
agree with
true.
Mr. Ancient that, you know what, if something happens to the kingpin, they may come for the girl.
I mean, if you are a criminal, you are likely to get a heart attack. I mean, think about it. You like stressed and stuff, so they're not gonna figure it out that easily. I mean, do you think they would?
No, I actually don't. But then the thing is this, Bubbles, if you are dating a kingpin, right? The thing is, we're not too sure if they're married. I assume if they are married, they're married in community of property, right? So if the kingpin dies, everything, all the money, the business investments comes to you. I mean, goes to you. So think about it. No, I see that Tato. Bubbles is obsessed with getting rid of him. It's almost like Bubbles is out for revenge.
I mean, I'm
As far as
up
Bubbles,
for I'm
I
up
think
for
Bubbles is like this is too much deceit. Why is this guy still breathing?
Exactly. Bubbles is not to be messed with, man. Bubbles is like the female of John Wick.
Too much deceit. Why is he still breathing?
Bubbles like, I'll show you.
Like such person has no place on this earth. Mr. Shinga, welcome. How's it?
Yo, what up? I'm all good. And what's up?
We're good, man. We're good.
Hello.
We're fixing a problem here. We're trying to fix our country.
What is the problem?
Can somebody please explain to him?
Away, my guy. Just take your time.
Yeah.
Read the topic, right? Are you good though?
No, I'm all good, dog. I'm all good. Yeah.
Good, man. Just read the topic. That's the problem in hand.
Oh, open up the cage. Actually,
Read the board, I mean, yeah.
Okay, brother man. While he's actually reading it, I just have a question. Is this like an actual scenario or is this an example?
Oh, that's up to you to determine.
Okay, all right. Here's my take, man.
Well, grip. Chances are high. There's a 72% chance right now. Chances rather right now that somebody is listening to you in the comments to take your advice because this is their story.
Yo,
Okay, but this looks more like a hypothetical story rather a literal story.
Okay. That was what they
If
said
this
the
is
other
a
time when I wrote.
hypothetical situation,
I gave there was a story I brought up the other time about a guy who had issues with his girlfriend back and forth and so on. And people said it was hypothetical until somebody came up and said, guys, this is me. Literally. This is me. And the person gave us more information. And then it started making sense to people on the panel. Guys, sometimes my DM is full. People send me their stories. They just want to hear advice because, I mean, on this live, this is what we do. People really give brilliant advice. It's like, hey, Mr. A, I don't know, what do I do? They may not give me the full story, sometimes they may give me the full story. And yeah, but this one that we're playing right now, according to TK, I have been building it for the past 2 nights. I gave different bits and pieces. I wanted to hear people's different real opinion on why would the girl withhold X and why, and because they didn't know the full story, they wanted to vilify the girl. And then the next day, I brought another story as to her now knowing what's going on, but I didn't connect it to the first one. Oh, but she can run away. It's so easy to run away. You know, everybody was on their high horse and their moral high horse. Now everything has come together, and I think it's hitting home. So yes, maybe a hypothetical story, but let's fix it.
Okay, please don't get me wrong, Mr. Asian. I mean, the fact that the fact that I felt like it's a hypothetical story, it's upon my own personal analysis.
No.
You know,
I didn't take offense, my man. No. I'm just I get what you're saying exactly. I mean, yeah. No, I didn't take it that way, brother. I didn't.
no, it's all good like that. Okay, nah, you know what? This is not the type of story that we like to give comment on. You know,
all right, so
Why?
it's fine.
yeah.
All right, so it's fine. I mean, so I read it. The thing is, it's communicating different things at the same time. Yeah, well, there's this Tandwasami, which it's not clear whether the cashier knew this guy, but the woman didn't know that the cashier knew this guy, or the cashier was just being a flirt.
She was just being the flirt, actually. We talked about that 2 nights ago. She was just being a flirt.
Well, I've actually experienced this quite a number of times with my previous partner, and yeah, she came up with a rule that if the person who is assisting us is female, she will speak to them. If the person who is assisting us is male, I will speak to them. That makes sense.
I need to go have a chat with my partner.
It was like that even when we went to the restaurants. Like if it was a waitress, she would place it. Even when it's time for me to order my food, she would ask me what I would like to have, and she'd repeat what I say to the waitress.
what?
If it's a guy, then I would talk. I don't know, man. It's just certain people feel some type of way about certain things, and sometimes we just put our partners on the spot even when they're uncomfortable with something. And for me, it was just one of those things where I was like, man, if it's going to bring you peace, then 100%, because I'm not now going to argue. Why not? Let me speak to the women. Then it's like, well,
No, you're not alone there, Grip. I think I would also do that. Sometimes it's better just to let things be. Hey, if your woman tells you that she's gonna do this, and also encourages you that if this person was a man, I'll let you talk to him. It's fine. 50-50, half and half. I'm good with that.
yeah. She just made that suggestion, and I didn't argue with it. You know what I mean? And it's not like we had a situation where there were incidences of cheating or flirting or whatever, I think she just felt uncomfortable, and the least I could do was to accommodate her. So that's my response with regards to the first part. The second part's about her finding out that he's actually notorious. Mm, You see, if you're being honest, bro, if we are being brutally honest, see if a woman loves you, if a woman loves you, bro, she doesn't care about nothing. She doesn't care about nothing, bro. She doesn't care how you hustle your one. She literally doesn't care if she loves you, because she's always often focused on how you treat her, who you are when you are with her, who she is when she's around you, how she treats you. And then the outside world is often let's team up together against the outside world. That's been my experience for many years. Yabo. So see, in as society, obviously we're gonna say it how if you know that your man is a notorious criminal, well, number one, you need to stand up for yourself and not be a part of it if that's not who you are. Number two, do not defeat the ends of justice. You need to snitch. Because I mean, I don't think that there's anybody who likes to have criminals around the country and drug lords and unalivers and all of those things. So as society, we are definitely always going to say, leave him, go to the police station. But that's not what actually happens in reality. Bro. When a woman falls in love with you, that's it. That's done. It comes out in the end with how Gandhi, this guy that you've been dating for such a long time is a criminal. That's how it always is.
Okay, but here's the thing, the grip, right? I mean, there are certain things if I found out about my partner, I would stay, because maybe it doesn't really affect me personally. The thing here is that now you have to choose between being selfish and literally prioritizing yourself. Because if she stays and she doesn't do anything about it, eventually when the guy goes down, she will go down with him. So she has to kind of be selfish here and just literally save her own self. And I don't agree that it's quite a societal thing. I think it's a survival thing as a person, that you put your best interest, like you do what's in your best interest. And her just keeping quiet and just saying, oh, I love this guy, that's not in her best interest. I mean, if we were saying the guy is married somewhere, maybe you can make that like selfish decision to say, okay, I'm gonna stay anyway, because then there are not the implications of you staying are not as much as you staying with a criminal and picking up orders for him from time to time. Did I read that correctly? Yeah, she did say she was picking up some parcels. So the guy used her for the crime. So she has to literally save a bum here and do what's in her best interest, which is reporting it, or I don't know.
Absolutely. I agree with you. Bubbles, you and I are on the same page. We're on the same boat. But if I could just give you an example. If you remember Makutumani, Tabo Pester's chick, she's a doctor. And she was also married to a guy Makutumani. She was also married to a guy who was financially stable. She was also a doctor. Now we know doctors go 50K upwards per month. So she was good. She was lekker. She was fine. She wasn't starving or hungry or broke or whatever. She was earning a living. But she loved it. And here, if we were to speak the truth as it is, and then from there onwards, we can then speak on solutions. And I quite like what you're saying, Bubbles, and I agree with you. However, the fact of the matter still remains that if a woman loves you, bro, a woman loves you, she doesn't care what you do. And that's the sad reality. And unfortunately, some women get used in the process. They become instruments in the process because police are less likely to stop and search a female. And so things like transactions going through her account, picking up goods for associates, stuff like that. It actually shows, Uguti, some men do use women as instruments in these processes because let's be honest, man, if you really, really love your woman, you would never ever use her as an instrument in your dirty games. If you were somebody who was doing something dirty, you keep it as far as away from your family as possible. So yeah, it's a sad reality. Women do fall into these traps because women fall in love, and unfortunately, sometimes it's with the wrong person or people. This is the end result.
Guys, I actually want to come up with something a bit different. So Bubbles said something, right? She was like, it's different. Bubbles, I don't know if you said it would be different if he was married and you would forgive him and stay with him, right?
Mm, not personally. I'm saying, if I had a friend,
Yeah.
and they found out the man is married and they decided to stay with him, I would say, well, I don't support your decision. I don't agree with your decision, but do as you please. But if it were that a guy is a criminal, I would tell her, girl, get out. Yeah, I wouldn't say I respect your decision. Do you get what I mean? I don't know
No, I
how to
do.
say this differently.
I get you. And it makes sense, right? But here's my gist on it. So women, right, might stay. Actually, not even women. I feel like even if there was a queen pin and the guy found out, I feel like it doesn't matter what kind of gender you are. My point of view is, people might leave because you cheated, right? Because you were not loyal. But other people might stay because, you never cheated, even though you were queen pin or king pin and you're selling drugs and you're doing all this stuff. As long as you were loyal to them, that might be a reason why they would stay in that relationship. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying.
No, I totally get you. You are saying that some people will just see as from a point of view of saying, okay, this is how this person is treating me, and them being, a queen pin or king pin is a problem, but they're treating me well, so I'm staying. So if I'm hearing you, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Exactly that.
Well, the person who would do that, they are taking an emotional decision. Logically, it doesn't make sense. I mean, look at the lady now. Makudumana is now down the drain with Besta, and even the lady Waha Kiman, this guy,
There's
this
a cat.
Makala guy, Kat, yeah, she's now like also going down with him, and this is where my concern is. My chat is, I'm not gonna go down with you. That's it. I'm not going down with you. You're gonna flush yourself alone. I think that it like the grip said, if this man loved you and they just so happen to be a criminal, they wouldn't get you involved in that kind of stuff. The fact that they got you picking up deliveries and things like that, they manipulated you. And I think you staying regardless, you just have a criminal bone in you. Yeah.
No, I hear your point. And it makes sense, hey. I feel like the person in question has a lot of information or needs to get a lot of information, right? Just so at the end of the day she can make her choice. But yeah, it's all up to her. But I say, you know what? I stick with your comment that she should go to a lawyer, get info, and see what she can do. Guys, I'm just wondering, have you guys been watching the court case or the case about Cat, Vusi Cat.
I don't even know who that is, so I don't know.
And TK, that is a movie. And I say that is a movie. Hey, man, I would say, man, I'm always honest in my submissions, especially with the type of things that people otherwise would not say about themselves. I mean, growing up, there was a part of my life where I was within the street hustling game, for a couple of years, deep within. And you see, whenever you see an individual like this pop up and pop out, it's because he's being taken out by people that are funding the system from the other side. Yabo. So this is mafia versus mafia, and in the middle is the state. And the states will always side with the one who actually pays them more and more and more and more. So this is a movie, bro. This is a movie. This is a movie. This guy's not gonna rot in prison. Definitely not. He will come out. But when he comes out, it's gonna depend. It's gonna depend on how strong his allies are. It's gonna depend on how strong his treaty is. If his allies are weak, they are going to unalive him. That's how it's gonna happen. That's how I see it, man, based on the street hustling and how the game is played. That's why even him too, you can see he's not scared, he's not afraid, because most of these people who are actually interrogating him, some of them are actually on his payroll.
No, it makes sense, man. It makes sense because there were certain names that he didn't want to take out. Did you see that part?
Yes, when he mentioned his name, he said no. He said, "Listen, I'm not gonna say this man's name." He said, "Are you scared of him?" He said, "Yes, I am scared," because he knows that the pockets that are funding the system from the other end are deeper than his, and the least that he could do is through his affiliation is to realign and let the bosses on the other end know, Wuti, guys, I know it's just a game, and I'm not about to throw you guys under the bus. All I'm saying is, let me just clear my name. You got me on a checkmate. That's how he's playing the game, because Cat is not a young boy, bro. That is a big boy. That is a serious boy. You see, when you talk about 2 billion, when you say 2 billion, you have to understand that when you're doing a tender, bro, you inflate those prices by 30%, so that 130% is a cut that goes straight to government. Now here, if you look at 1 billion, 30% of 1 billion is 300 million. 30% of 2 billion is 600 million. How many people had to eat from that 600 million for him to get the 2 billion? He paid out 600 million. You remember during COVID how the whole country came to a standstill? Ramaphosa went overseas to go and borrow. What was it? 500 billion. Okay, fine, 500 billion. This guy was able to get people paid 600 million rands.
Funny enough, right? I think there was that. I don't remember what happened, right? But then they asked him how much he spends on his security detail. Like, these are just the guys that follow him. It was like 2 million.
Yes. So
imagine, man, 2 million.
Three of these guys that are there, 3 of them were top tier South African National Defence Force. So he was being protected by the people who are protecting the states. I'm telling you, that's not a small point. That's why you can look at them dead straight in their eyes, because he knows and they know.
And you know what? Funny thing. Actually, I don't want to bring it up because it's I don't know what's going on. But I heard that one of the guys who were questioning him, or someone who was associated with the case, apparently got hijacked for 5 hours.
Yes, in the evening, and then they let him off in the morning. Obviously, that wasn't a hijacking. Obviously, that was a conversation.
Yes.
That was the type of I can get to you. I know who you are. I know where you are. Try me. Type of thing.
I get you.
Why was he writing down names, guys.
That's what I was
I'm
about to say, Bubbles. He was
Aye.
what is
writing
going on?
names.
That's some serious stuff, La Payada. That is some serious stuff. And now there's two. You must understand, this 2 billion is just one of his tenders. One.
And you know what? I feel like he already said something. He was like, he's got more than, because I thought he only has that security business, right? He said he's got plenty of businesses. So imagine how many tenders he gets, bro. Yo,
Who gives him those tenders?
the higher ups, man.
Those are the same people who are now apparently interrogating him. I mean, did you even listen to Julius Malema? Julius Malema, hey, because these politicians are so dirty.
Julius Malema was laughing with him at some point. I was like,
So
no.
apparently, we are hearing that you are the John Wick of Tembisa. You mean to tell me, as a member of parliament, at such an important time in the country, your question is it true that you are the John Wick of Tembisa? How obviously he's trying to tell him, bro, I'm not even going to ask you anything that's going to put us in hot water. I need to say something, but...
Yeah, you're onto something there, the group. I find how they question Matlala like very unusual, to like, for lack of better words. It's just a little bit, for someone who's on that hot seat. I was expecting more serious questions, and I was expecting, a different line of questioning and way of questioning. I was actually quite disappointed with the questions. I mean, even Malema's questions, I was thinking, I don't know. It's a little bit,
swept
strange.
under the carpet. And there's
Yeah.
this other guy who comes in there. Instead of drilling him with straight questions, he threatens him by using religion. He's saying the blood of that child or the blood of that mother is speaking from the tomb, and God is now stepping into the ring. And you know about the lucky number 12. That was a 12-year-old, and God is going to bring vengeance upon you. What type of state, when they're supposed to interrogate a high-level criminal syndicate like this, they use God to threaten him? God will punish you.
Yeah, it's strange. Like, the
God
questioning is a
will
little
punish you.
strange. It's almost like performative. I know the word is like misused, but it's almost like they don't really want to question him. It's like, we don't have questions for you. It kind of feels like that. I compared the way they were questioning the lady who was the, I don't know, what was she, the manager or whatever of Ekruleni. And I compare that with the questioning style that they used on Matlala. It's actually very different. The contrast is clear, and it's shocking.
They make sure he can answer. They make sure the questions they give him, they make sure that it's closed-ended questions that just require 3 or 4 words. 3 or 4 words. No description whatsoever. In no point are you hearing them ask him a question that prompts him to give a detailed explanation. It's always like, yes or no, or is it true, or were you aware? Yeah?
Another thing, guys, can we argue that the reason why Julius was bringing up the whole John Wick thing in Mamelodi is that he's trying to build up another case against them? I mean, that's another way to look at it, right? It's far-fetched,
No.
I know, but maybe you never know with these guys, man. Julius
Julius
Malema, he's
Malema. Julius
Evening,
Malema.
friends.
away out here, sharp.
How's it?
Exedaso. Hola Kadaso.
Bubbles.
Hey,
How are you, girl?
friends. I'm good.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah, Petsu, TK Petsu, Julius Malema Petsu has very little power and very little money. He's a puppet of the same ventriloquist. He controls the narrative, bro. He doesn't control the economy. Cat, this is the reason why people are finding out about him for the first time now. This man is not pumping his mouth. He's pumping his pockets. Money talk. That's why Julius Malema was shaking, bro. Because Julius Malema knows that all he can do is pump his mouth. He does what he's told. This man, you must look at the cars that Julius Malema gets driven around with. Then you must look at the fact that this guy is driven around with Maybachs, with blue lights. Maybachs, bro.
That's where the
May,
2 million comes, bro.
and that's for your security guards, not you. Maybachs. Bro, they're not his equals and they know. And that's why I say, Uguti, you know, it takes a lot for him to sit there and say he's not going to mention that name. And he asked him, are you afraid of that individual? And he says, yes, I'm afraid of him. You know why? Because everybody in that room knew that name.
No, yeah, they're all dead. I think everyone dead.
I know that name. I know
Yeah.
that name. It was Oppenheimer. It
You
was
know what?
Oppenheimer. That was the
It
name.
was, man.
I'll tell do you know how I know it was Oppenheimer?
Yeah.
Because he owns Metropolitan.
He's the owner, right?
Yes.
CEO?
So it was an obvious question.
That's crazy.
They are the ones who are favored for that tender initially, and they are the ones who are now number one, who are now being awarded that same tender now. That's the company. He owns Metropolitan. So everybody, Johan, bro, you Rupert, sorry, not Oppenheimer. Rupert.
Yeah.
Sorry, brother. You're right. Rupert. So everybody in that room knew the name. So the fact that they were asking him that question, he was smart enough to say, who are you to ask me to mention? And I'm not going to mention a name. They say, are you scared of him? Do you know why they were brave enough to say, are you scared of him? Because Rupert has already paid them. They are on Rupert's payroll. But Matala now is on the other end. That's why they are competing for the same bid.
All right. I heard that. Sorry to interject. I heard that Matlala has another criminal case coming up. Did you?
Bro, there are plenty, bro. It's mafia, bro. There are plenty, bro. It's mafia, bro. It's mafia, bro. It's blood money, you know. But
That's crazy.
will he get imprisoned? And see, bro, none of that is going on.
Nah.
None of that is going on.
I don't
None
see
of
it
that is
happening.
going on. None of that
Yeah,
is going on. The prison system is a business and he is worth more outside. He generates money and injects it back into the economy. They are not trying to let a person that generates 2 billion rand go and sit in prison. It's not right for the South African economy. They will lie, they will do their best, they will checkmate him. When he comes out, he's going to have his leg between his tails, but he's not going to be in prison. He's too high profile. He generates way too much of an income for him to go and sit in prison. These South African people need him to freaking make this money. But it's dirty, bro. It's absolutely insane. But you have to have an open eye to be able to see it, to see, hey, he's going to try, he's going to court. All of this is freaking, it's like you're watching a theater, bro. They all just acting. At the end of the day, this man is going to step in, he's going to step out.
No, I get you. And I feel like that because, I mean, who was it like? We're still waiting for a certain president of ours to go to jail to get his case put on, and still hasn't been. Actually, it will never happen. Our former president. So, with that being said, come on, man.
No, but then with him now it's different now. With him now it's different because hey, bro, okay, let's just quickly take a sharp turn in and out. With him it's different, bro, because he was handed a mandate. I say, listen, when you step in, you're gonna do A, B, C, and D. He did A, B. He said, no, I'm not doing C. D is for the people. That don't sound right, but the
No, I
other
get
part,
you. We get you.
I'm gonna do this for the people. Yeah, bro. And so when he did it for the people, we were there. We were on the receiving end, you know. And at the end of the day, we know that everybody is corrupt. So if you're going to now, I mean, there was the Jacob Zuma Foundation. I was in tertiary at that time. They were buying laptops for students. They were providing students with accommodation and food. I grew up Kamashu. It was two rooms where it's one bedroom and one kitchen. That's all. He came, he knocked all of that down. He built 4 rooms from scratch. During his time, he did something for the people that they could point at, that they could show. So now, when they tried to take him into court, you saw how the looting happened, and the reason why the looting happened is because the people stood next to him. And it wasn't only the people that we saw looting who were standing next to him. The way these malls were being taken down, it was clear that it was insurgents using detonated and arson. It wasn't people, because how do you burn down a mall? You have to be a highly trained militant or an insurgent for you to be able to do that. So there were people already planted to destabilize the country in the event that he is actually incarcerated. Now, if you also look at his ties, bro, you've got China, who've unfortunately taken over our Durban harbor, which is the top 3 biggest harbor in the world. You've got the Russians, which is Vladimir Putin, who has now freaking knocked America out of the park. So you've got all of these countries that are emerging as the new superpowers. And then you've got South Africa as the hub when it comes to minerals. You've got your platinum, you've got your gold, you've got your resources, you've got your harbor, as I mentioned. You know what I mean? So all of these things, he's the one that actually opened a different back door that has now taken the power away from the likes of like Britain and America and who are in business with these big boys who try to send him to prison. So the reason why he was scot-free was, number one, it was us, in the foreground. Number two, it was the insurgents. Number three, it was the new superpowers that have emerged that are backing him. So that's why it's actually difficult for him to even go to prison for those crimes, because like I explained, with same as Kat Matlala, that it's not good business for the country. Sometimes that's how they decide on it.
Kat Matlala is a criminal.
Goes without saying.
No, there I agree with you, OT Sharp. I really do. But then, guys, we all know that criminals in SA don't.
Criminal, and he's a murderer, and he's a crook. Does not deserve any credit being given to him.
It goes without saying, but I
It
mean, no
doesn't mean
one
they go to jail,
disagree.
though. It
Yeah,
doesn't mean they go to
exactly.
jail. Hey,
Unfortunately,
Kat
I don't
Matlala-
think he's gonna go to jail. Otieshap, that's the thing. He is
He
a
won't.
criminal that we know, but I don't think he's gonna see this a sight of jail.
Kat Matlala is an ice boy.
A very rich ice boy. Because if he's pulling around 2 million for just security, imagine who are the higher ups. Just like the Grip said, those guys must be pulling a certain amount that's gonna get Kat out.
Well, as far as I know, there are 3 people who run South Africa. And sorry, not 3 people, 3 families. As far as I know, when it comes to criminal empires, there are 4 families. Based on 4 provinces that I know that run the criminal empire. So there, I'm choosing not to testify there. I don't want to share that information. But all I can say is that crime doesn't pay, guys. If you want to be a criminal, go ahead, my brother, but the life, dog, it's not life, dog. I mean, look at what Kat had to do to get to where he did. He's the devil himself now. He's no longer human. He's now fully devil. You know, when you can raise a dog and then it grows in front of you, and then you take care of it every day, and then one day unalive it, then you know you are the devil himself. You raise it, you take care of it, and then when it's grown and tells itself it trusts you, you unalive it. Am I afraid? No, I'm aware of danger, my brother. Two different things. I'm aware of danger, and I know how dangerous those people are. In fact, they're so dangerous that certain things you're not allowed to own. Did you know that? That in Pretoria, there are certain things when you leave Kokasi, you're not allowed to own them. If you own them, you'll die. Certain cars, certain places, you're not allowed to own. Certain business. But anyways, enough about the criminals.
No, I agree with you, RTA Sharp. I really do.
This guy, I don't think this guy knows what he's talking about.
Which
I see
guy?
people are weak. My brother, our dialogue ends here. The moment you mention that statement, then I know you're speculating. How are you doing, Bubbles?
Good. I'm well. I'm well. Not complaining today, as per usual.
TK, how are you doing, my brother?
Nah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Besides the topic here on the board, man, it's good this side. How are you, man?
I'm okay. I heard you guys talking about the Matlanga Commission. Look, so I was just like, ish, I'd love to discuss it, but not on a panel. It's too dangerous on a panel.
You know, funny thing, I just feel like all the things we discussing, everybody already knows. Unless TikTok shuts us down.
You know, when for me, these are not just people I know. Like, I don't know them from TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know them in real life. And even Rita, Rita knows them in real life. Ask Rita about Kat Matlala. She won't tell you a TV perspective. We'll give you a real life perspective. Yeah, one. So when you grow up Kokasi, like I didn't grow up Kokasi, but I spent a lot of time Kokasi. Enough to know you don't mention certain names online.
I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? Everybody already knows this. OT Sharp. I don't think we are saying anything new here.
I was about to say that, you know. But OT Sharp, like I can see social or mommy.
Kaufel.
Kaufel, ne?
Yeah. Bubble sorts about juggling.
Yo.
Hi?
Juggling.
Is that like the prison for wait, what?
It's social movie, Bubbles.
What?
Oh,
no.
It's
Yeah,
social.
I don't know. Hakiti, sorry.
Why it's a garanga?
I don't know any of those places. I don't know places.
Why it's what again?
Don't ask, I don't know it.
No, RTA Sharp, you have a point. There's certain cases that, you know, you don't say certain people's names there.
What's the worst thing that can happen? If I said Kat Matlala is a bum, and then what? What's gonna happen?
Your whole family will be unalived.
Not as drastic as RTA Sharp makes it seem, but then
not just you,
you're
your
gonna
entire family. You could lose your entire family just by that sentence alone.
You might say it to someone who's very close to Kat, and then you know what? Not even very close, just someone who's in his line. Yeah.
Okay, he's a bum. Then he can come do whatever he likes.
Go type it on Twitter. You'll see.
I cannot tweet, but I can go. How? Now
No, Bubbles, don't go. Bubbles, no.
Thank you, TKA. It seems like it's fine. I'll listen to you.
Guys, so yeah, man, let's have we dealt with the topic on the board?
Yeah, we kind of have, but let's hear your perspective.
Ish, my perspective, I love it when you say let's hear your perspective. Makes me feel so special. Yeah, we dealt with this yesterday. But I see a new sentence. He's a kingpin. They've used my account for 4 multiple transactions. It's just a lot. Do I ride or die? Api amanga. Api amanga am. So Bubbles, why is it lang ne?
Sure.
So one day ne, ke blomile ko kasi da kwa social nguve. And then aga blomile ko kasi da chumya gore mon nor bona man. O te sharp ku itse o le driver mfana ga o itse keng ne. How about o re drive fanda? Ke ra ena flop o me chomi wa ngitse. Nna le steering re ntwewa. Ra ena flop o me chomi, ena flop o me chomi. Shabu out shabu vala majita ke majita e 3 re foga mo transit. Ara driver jo. Ara driver o re monna o re e shwa bona dladla ela. Emela mo pelenyana and then o ska tima trans. Ra bua no. Ke ra ena flop ba fetolo dirang a re no ro cheka ane braya rena ka mo ntlong ratla. Wa bona o mo judge ke ra ena flop. Majita wa kena ta ha ba kena ba tsena go ntlong a lo tsa ba monate fetsa batho ba fetsa go tsoba rona ra wa no driver bra ke ra ena flop ara e sharp o nya ga rire a re ke Jameson nyana ke ra re Jameson a ena flop re Jameson nyana ra blom le dada mano mfa Rex ya bo ma 5k o ra mfa na o spanila ena flop ke ra e show me chomi mara 5000 o mfa 5000 ena flop. Do you know what really happened there, Bubbles? What happened is that I drove for a heist not knowing where I'm going to a heist.
Yeah.
So when I drove that car and moved away, I wasn't actually moving with my friends. I was getting away. So those guys in that house, what they did is that they robbed that house. And then after robbing that house, I only realized when they gave me the money or I had been an accomplice to a heist. So what is written here, this lady saying she has delivered parcels and packages. I've done it many times. Unaware, Baba. Unaware. So if you bloma go kasi wa judge ori o ka no mna batho ba ka beta heist ka trans ya go wena jo. Ka trans ya go wena and you won't even see a thing because they won't come back running. There won't be any cops, there won't be any shootings. Motho no re mo wena re jo out sharp phaga dagatla. Ya ba thadra me chom phaga trans mo ke a bo. Wena es chom ye pila o phage trans sharp. Hunter o itse motho a tsena ka moshobong o patha heist engwe e serious. Ha fetsa o tsena ka mo transeng gore a me chomi re tsamae ro reka le botlelo re blo ko ba le chomi ya le haria ba le tseba le haria e le na la lte ena le tsejo e mona ke re ka transe go nna jo ke re so this is the Ariana. On the board I can see her. She says I've delivered parcels and picked up goods from his associates. Get judge a life here, Sister Raga. You won't see anything, like nothing. Nothing. So fit. And again, my one up here mangam. I said it yesterday. This sister, hurry up. She's Benekan. She's dying for love. And a Bubbles here, and a perspective here, I am Robert. You know, Bubbles, What you said
Can I ask
yesterday.
quickly? Sorry to interject. What was Bubble's perspective?
She said that if she finds out that as a man you're a criminal, she'll cut all ties with you.
I will cut them. I will cut them, guys. You know, like I said, I'm very liberal in my nature. I'm very tolerant of a lot of things. If someone comes and tells me, hey, I'm a man and I'm straight and I love pegging, like, do you, boo, go get pegged, right? But crime is where I draw the line. That's where I draw the line. I can't. I'm sorry. Yeah, no. And I'm not talking from a perspective of, oh, moral high horse, whatever. No, I'm just saying I'm too much of
No, it's your
and
boundaries.
yeah, it's
Your
just
boundaries,
that
yeah.
one I can't. You can tell me you effed 5 girls in one night, in one day. Wababita kabi one. Do you? I'm not gonna judge you.
Mara
Crime.
Bubbles,
Sorry.
Bubbles, what if Mfanaka gets tender is going to change our lives?
There was a time in my life where I never had anything and I was okay. I think for me, poverty is a better devil to contend with. I'll always say this. I would rather be the poorest of the. If someone tells me, oh no, just transport this for me for 5 meters, I'll give you 5 million. I'd rather not have the 5 million because I've never had 5 million. You see what I mean? I've never had a Porsche. So why am I gonna do it for a Porsche? I never had it and I'm doing just fine. So
Bubbles, imagine out here sharp president aramo wena aramfana ka bona. Out here sharp president atlamo wena ar Bubbles. Or let me give you a real life example. The first time I got a tender, I was supplying toilet paper to a very big company. So my job was to supply toilet paper. So I identified that actually there's no one supplying toilet paper. And Bubbles, what do they call that thing that they cover you with at the hospital?
A syringe.
Syringe, yes. This hospital had a scarcity of syringes, so I was supplying those. And then one day, as I was sitting down, one of the guys of the tender guys came to me and said, Mfanaka, waitsi wena o na le potential. How about we do 1, 2, 3? So my problem, I didn't participate. I did not participate not because I wasn't interested, but because I didn't know how to use a gun. So I was just like, ish, yeah, I don't know how to use a gun. These guys come for me. I'm dead.
out here sharp.
Yes, mommy.
Nah, me as Bubbles. Me. I am a snitch. I will snitch. I'm a professional snitch. If you're gonna do crime, just make sure I don't know it. If I know it, I will snitch. You can give me multiple scenarios that involve 10 million. I've never had it, like I said, and I don't care for it. I want money, but if it's coming with the crimes, I will snitch on you. Shame. I'm not gonna
Naganela
lie.
family, Bubbles. Naganela
Baby,
family.
I
This is
will
not about you.
snitch.
It's about the
Not
family. We have
I
kids'
will
fees to pay.
I will snitch are so nice and so lekker. I will snitch. And I'm saying this with my chest out because I know I will snitch. Don't ask me what and what and what. I will snitch. I will snitch. I'm a professional snitch. Yes.
You know the thing about
Bubbles.
snitches, right, Bubbles? But I'm glad that you're a professional snitch, and I feel like that keeps your boundaries high. The thing about snitches is they help, but they don't regard their own safety. There's certain places where if you snitch, it's done for. Out here, Sharp, I think he knows There's certain people you just don't snitch around. Like one at the moment out here, Shapatumari Waiti Jugulin, and I started making noises. I was like, there's certain places you just listen. But yeah, you know what? Snitching is good, guys.
Uh-uh.
Ah,
Snitching is not good.
you know what? Let's just be honest about it, man. Snitching helps. You know, there's certain things that police wouldn't even know if it wasn't for snitches and whatnot. I'm not saying it just cause, like, you know, I'm not saying it in that way, or you know what? These certain things that you wouldn't achieve without snitching, right? I'm saying it with the logic that telling
Guys, now I'm
out
going
out
to where I
eh?
grew up, my brother. If you snitch,
I know. What's at the moment or juguling? I knew what you were talking about, man. That's why I get it. You know what? When we place, like, okay, snitching is basically telling on someone because they're doing something bad. Now, in any way you wanna put it on, it's good. You know, people shouldn't do bad things, so we tell on them, right? If you see a person stealing a car and you know that who that person is, you go to the police and tell them, listen, this and this and this. If you see a guy hitting on a woman, you go to a police and say, listen, man, this guy was hitting this person.
Emana
Snitch
o ka se robale man. Lena la tse a le tse.
out here,
It's
sharp.
about when you're snitching, man, you must be ready to go to war.
I get you, but snitching helps, right?
You're ready to
All
go
I'm
to war.
saying, all I'm
Where I come
saying,
from, you don't just
I'll
snitch.
take up.
I
Yes, my
know,
All
lady.
I
out
am
here, sharp. I
saying,
know what you're talking about. Please understand. Bubbles, go ahead.
all I'm saying is, for me, it's impossible for me to know that someone around me is committing a crime. It's impossible for me to know that my man is a criminal and just continue with the day like nothing happened. I will snitch on that nigga. I will snitch on my cousin. I will snitch on my uncle. I will snitch on my neighbor. I will just snitch him. Yeah.
No, that's why I get it. It's good for Bubbles because I don't think Bubbles has ever snitched on, you know, like certain, like has ever snitched in certain situations, right? I know what kind of situations will get you into trouble with snitching.
Emana, you will lose your family. Man,
I
your
get you,
entire
Atiya Sharp. I
family.
understand what you're talking about. You know, even the location, I get
Your
you. That's why I
entire
get
family. Man, even
Bubbles.
your extended. Like how erase fast.
Bubbles, please don't change who you are. Please stay like that. You know,
Me,
we
I will
need.
snitch, guys. It's fine. Mpulayeng he.
n-
We are all
No,
gonna unalive anyway. Haona motho a tlo phelang forever.
Emana, these people are not gonna shoot you and then you die. No, woman. This is gonna be a slow, painful death.
that's why I
I
get
still
it.
don't know how I'm gonna unalive. Who knows? Maybe I might not snitch and I would still die a slow, painful death either way. Bona nna ga ke na taba le botshelo because we are all going and no one knows when they are going and how they are gonna go. What I
Emana.
know ke gore ke tlo go snitch.
No, the
That's
thing is,
all.
Atiya Sharp is speaking from experience. That part I
Oh,
get.
now it's
You know what?
every bubbles.
I get you,
Emana, do you
Atiya
know
Sharp.
what it's like to have your hand chopped off? And then next week they chop maybe your left leg and wabas hole your entire life because of your mouth.
You know what, guys? In certain situations, snitching is
You
good.
must ask
Actually,
Carlos.
80% of the time, snitching is good. Bubbles, stay like that, all right?
Look,
Uphold the truth.
I know. I watched a documentary of this lady.
Documentary.
There's a lady
Papa
who got
Coco's like,
unalive.
Bubbles is fine.
Wait, hold on.
I'm listening to you, Bubbles.
But the lady got unalived because she's an Indian lady, I think.
Well, what Lynn, I'm
She
funny now.
exposed some hospital shandies where there were like suppliers or vendors that didn't really exist and blah blah blah, and she got unalived. Okay, and I mean I'm not saying this from a place of ignorance. What I'm saying is that not personally going to jail for being part of a crime or going to jail for defeating the ends of justice or whatever the case, whatever that I would be charged with. For me, that is far worse than being unalived. I would rather be unalived than be in jail. So anything that will get me not to be in jail, I will do it, and that is snitching. I have a
Nah,
bigger
this person
fear.
is going to cut your fingers one by one.
They
Eh,
can cut them, and then I'll just drink pills and unalive. How? It's not like if I cut a
Bubbles,
I get the
bubbles,
give of Rwanda.
bubbles. Wait,
Lena le
listen.
mošiši, Lena.
Bubbles. They're
Lena
talking.
le
You know what they're talking about now? What RTA Sharp is telling you? It's pain. He's talking about torture. That's what he's talking about. Like the moment you snitch, the level of torture you're gonna experience before you get unalived.
Yeah.
That's what RTA Sharp is talking about. And I understand him.
And I get it.
understand him.
Look, I'm
No,
not saying this from ignorance. The thing is, Reza, yes, they will torture me and what, and I don't want to be tortured. I take
no
that,
one
right?
does.
Yeah, fairly. I take that, Mari, Niti Mina. I still don't know how I'm gonna unalive. I might just be sick for 5 years and be bedridden for 5 years anyway, and that is still torture in a way. And someone can just get into this house right now and stab me 59 times. I don't know how I'm gonna unalive. So for me to be scared of, oh, this is gonna happen, it might happen either way. So I will snitch. Thank you.
Emana, do you know what it's like to watch your family member get gripped by 5 men because of your mouth? 5 men.
It's not because of my mouth, it's because that person is a criminal and they wanted to grape. How?
Nah. Not that, not a random act, not a robbery. I'm talking about people getting in, tying you. Lenash.
No,
Do you know what it's? Do
RTA
you know
Sharp,
what it's like compared to?
we
What's a
understand
toddler,
you.
Joe? Do you know a toddler, Bubbles? A
A
toddler.
baby, yeah.
Yeah, and they put your toddler in an oven.
A make
Eh,
on. No, RTA Sharp, we get you. I think Bubbles understands what you're saying. Ne? The thing is, Bubbles, don't change. Please keep your boundaries. You know, your moral compass will always put you straight and narrow. Now I know, like, listen, you know what? There's certain things that you're willing to compromise on. I love the fact that Bubbles won't compromise on her morals. I love that for you, Bubbles. But RTA Sharp, I understand what you're talking about, especially when especially with juggling. So I understand. I mean, the gunshot,
Bafethu.
yeah, alarm ya lena, Joe. Like, Motatunsa is like, oh, it's time to wake up. It's nothing. And I get you. And I think the reason why Bubbles is saying all this is because she hasn't experienced what you have experienced. So just get that point. She hasn't. And I hope that she never will.
Yeah, guys, maybe I'm speaking from a place of ignorance, and I'm willing to take that, right? Like maybe I don't understand how complex this is, and that's okay. I'm willing to admit to that. But based on the information that I have available to me now and my experiences, I will snitch.
Nah, snitch, Bubbles. Do it. You know, it just shows like
Guys,
how
there are certain
righteous
names
you
when
are.
they are called.
You know,
you start to-
there was a person in the family who was busy like doing things to girls, and everybody was just like, yeah, there's some hona le motho o creeper, hona le motho o creeper, hona le motho o creeper. No one wanted to say who they are. I will snitch. You will be exposed and you will go to jail. Period. Point blank. It ends there. Yeah.
Bubbles, I know of a force, ne?
Mm.
This force, it's a very dark force.
What force now?
Yeah, it's bigger than the police.
Okay.
When it arrives, my sister, when it arrives, it will wipe you out. Yeah. And what's even darker about this force is that when it wipes you out, they don't unalive you. They take the ones around you
Mm-hmm.
and make you watch.
And then leave her
Okay.
to, and then they leave her. So basically, she stays alive.
Yes, she stays alive. They make her watch. You imagine Bubbles, you have a family of 6 and 5 of
Mm-hmm.
them are shot in front of you.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a very traumatic experience. I'm not gonna lie. That would be the worst thing to ever happen to me, because me personally, to be honest, ga ke take go tshela. Mpolaya how bad. But for other people, like maybe their kids and the family and stuff, yeah, I mean that would be a very touching thing. But it's not like they were gonna live forever, so yeah.
Bubbles, really now. I feel like that. That's just you being ignorant. Like, obviously, you don't want your family to get hurt. Actually, you would do
So
anything
with
just to make sure.
I mean, look at the board. Let's say the situation on the board is the situation that I would be in. What is the alternative? That I go to jail because I was scared to snitch on a guy who made me transport
You're
people?
not going to jail.
Why?
No,
You're not
Bubbles,
going
what I'm
to
saying.
jail.
Oh,
They'll
okay.
never allow you to go to jail.
Hey guys,
Okay.
Hakiki, I'm speaking on something I don't know. Like, I'm really just working with hypotheticals here. So, Hakiki, maybe if I knew better, I would say something different. But as far as now is concerned, as Nietzsche, finish and tlaka go hella hawa.
You must
No,
go to
do
a
that.
taxi rank.
Do that.
Yeah. Bubbles, which province are you in?
Gauteng.
Now, Kimo Gauteng.
You must go to Bara taxi rank. Ne?
Nivedita is not. Oh shit.
Ne?
Yeah.
And then when you get there, you must tell them, I'm the daughter of Mr. Swanyo.
Okay.
Hey,
And watch what will happen.
Outie. No. You know
Okay,
that
seems
you.
like Omalumsia knows more. I'm actually lost now.
No,
Hey,
What's going
I'll
on?
sorry
get.
about that, Mr. C.
I'm going to get off the live if you go down that road.
What's going on?
No.
Who's this guy? I want to know more, guys.
Hi, Mr. Sia.
Going on.
You're absolutely right. I
Please
shouldn't have
don't.
said that name. So
Please
sorry.
don't. Please.
Please. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Now, out here sharp. You can't leave us hanging. Now. What's going on now?
Okay, let's do this. Now, good day to everyone.
Away?
TK,
Yeah.
Hi, my nemesis.
how are you? Ish, TK, you know what Outie just did?
Yeah.
If one of the 24 people here are recording and it reaches that side, things happen. Chana, ape nice day in Mpumalanga, you see.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Kwandebele is a place I play around very much. So it's up to you. If you remember what the name he said, you'll Google it on your own time. But word of warning, they will tell you good, even the entire area, they will tell you good. You don't just speak certain names. Look, Kwandebele is very small, but very powerful. And I learned that firsthand. Now I stay in Mbombela, where you have your notorious Epinari, you've got your notorious places like a Pushback Ridge, Malkutu, and those areas where they are known for certain things and they do certain things. Mariti side, not Malkutu, Mariti side. Chief, it doesn't get any worse than Guamshang.
Yeah.
And the mention of certain names, even if Bubbles was going to mention that name, she might have been packed very nicely into a taxi. And when she gets to where she is, they're going to say, please repeat what you said. And she might have not come. Why am I doing this? Sorry, I didn't say anything. But what I'm trying to say to you, TK, is she would have come back. Let's say she would have come back. I was going wrong. But there are certain things that as South Africans that we have learned as a society is to become individuals. And as much as you want to take care of you as number one, South Africa does not allow that, because you will get, the web is too deep. And once you get to a point where you are Bubbles and you are with this particular person and you didn't know, Lynn herself, I'm telling you, Khori, my mom was shouting at me today, saying, but how could you sign those papers not knowing? You were sent a document and you did this, and this. And you are seeing commissions. And because Ancient is muted, he would have to open his mic so that I tell him, Khoti, so he can respond that I've signed the things that I was not supposed to sign. And tomorrow, maybe not, would be called to different commissions. But all I am saying is, at some point, once you are in that position, Bubbles, getting out is one of the hardest things. And even you saying I'm just going to snitch would take, the moment you go there, you are going to be given a piece of paper that is called a statement. Once you get a statement, it would seem funny that your statement might not even be written down, or could be written down. You sign a blank document. Tomorrow, it's been given to a certain particular person. These are the things that are actually happening, Bubbles. So for me, I'm not saying that you are incorrect for having morals, values, and being rooted. However, this is South Africa, guys. This is a mafia state. You go to a police station today, your case number and docket will be given. This is not what you are hearing there on TV daily. Is a common issue. That is a common issue. There's nothing new from what is going on. So, but I'm just trying to say to you, careful, Bubbles, with information you know and who you share it with. Don't call out names that you don't know. And however, as long as your circle is kind of clean, you are not on the streets as much, it would be hard for you to be part of this. However, they know everything. So be careful as well. Once you get to this point, snitches, stitches. It's as simple as that. And you just might not even make it through a holding cell, because these people, oh God, anyway, not on that one.
No, I hear you, man. I feel like I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna say this. With everything that could happen, right? Especially if you snitch, or you know what, you become a witness or whatnot. With everything that could happen, I feel like if your moral compass is pointed straight, or you know, you don't compromise on your morals, nothing's gonna change you, man. As much as a lot of things could happen. So Bubbles, snitch, man. You know what? Become that 1 out of 1,000.
Mina ngithi, guys. Ngithi. I'm saying. Look, as you are explaining, I understand that maybe there's a lot I don't know. Clearly, there's a lot maybe I don't understand the complexity of the situation, and maybe I'm oversimplifying it because I have not been in that situation where it's a life-threatening situation and stuff. Again, with the information that I know, I will not keep quiet. I shall not.
Let me see.
Yeah.
That guy who drives a I won't call his name. I'll just say who drives a red SF92. Where is he from?
Gwamhlang.
Harar.
Gwamhlang.
Umhla. Okay.
Yes. You see, if you go on to TikTok and you start seeing these luxurious weddings, two-line kind of and so on, Umnyanya. You must know when you see those McLarens, the blue ones, the orange ones, those G63s, those Bentley Bentiagas, those you've seen those Lamborghinis, you name
Yes,
them.
I saw them at the recent wedding.
You must know Hori, the man is behind. He's the leader there. He's the one that when you see those helicopters land, you must even a helicopter. When you see those 3 helicopters parked there, you must know that proximity is around. And I've got respect for the man. I'm happy to see him from a distance. He does visit from time to time. I've got proximity to him.
Guys, quick question. Sorry to interject, Malumsi. So there's this person. I'm gonna say a lot about him. I know he stays in Mpumalanga. I know he's got I don't know if he deals in tenders, but all I know is he's got a convoy of cars, and he's got a Mercedes-Benz 6x6 G63. That's the Bucky, and he just drives all over the place. He's very close with certain piano stars. I don't know if you're talking about that person, but if it is him, I'm not surprised.
Nah, it's not him.
It's not him.
him.
You
Nah, it's
guys
not
know
him.
who I'm talking about. Okay.
The one I'm
Yeah,
talking
no.
about is from Pumalang.
I thought the guy who I'm talking about is also from Mpumalanga.
No, that one is not from Pumalang. It's from Northwest.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So for me, hence I'm saying to you, my proximity, and when I say proximity, I'm able to be around him, but I don't deal with him. Hello, I greet him, sharp, take care of whatever I have to, because he's around where, let's say, where I'm an ice boy, you see. So being an ice boy there at that particular parameters, not outside of that, I'm able to interact with the whole cabal. It's just unfortunate that there are a lot of rifles around that kind of life. they too much. Yeah, everyone there is packed with one up, and there's a 45-degree angle of you can name those things, but for me, I'd advise that we don't really dig too deep into this conversation. We at the top, the best I can advise you is once you get to a point where you in this situation, you are no longer in control. So there's no best advice. This is what you can do. You just follow. You just follow to save your life. And when you do something, you report. If you're going to go buy a car, you must go report why you are buying that car, so that they can bless you. Bubbles, they're going to get you everything, Bubbles. Trust me, everything. But don't get it yourself, because once you get it yourself, it seems as if you are now benefiting too much. You ought to allow them to give you, because I've seen people that have gone to buy similar cars that apparently have disappeared because they didn't report that I'm going to buy the following, whether it is a V-Class or whatever the case may be. But hey, it is what it is. Indaba ezimnandi zangale eminyanyeni. I don't know if you hear me, Audi.
No, I'll take out a break in your
Oh, hey, Joe.
Aren't you traumatized?
Nah, Auti will never be traumatized. Auti has
Not
been through the
traumatized.
most.
I just
Auti
called
has seen.
just called the
Auti,
big name, and that was a big mistake.
Braga, Jugulain, Then Sangayona.
Wait,
Manje
can I ask,
ukhuluma
Auti,
yini?
Yes,
Is this other okay?
which taxi rank did you call?
I didn't call it taxi rank.
Oh, okay. It's fine, sorry. Re tla bolela nna le wena man, separately.
Sharp,
Ke
sharp.
tla botsa. Sawa.
Ezi le tsebang mara se re sa se tsebeng re thelele gona re itse.
No, not on the
Go
live,
ahead.
Bubbles. Not on the live.
Mtshana, not on the live. Not on
Not
the
on the
live.
live.
Not
I
to
feel
But
so
Bubbles
Bubbles,
live.
lost. Like,
don't change,
wait.
ne? Do not change, Bubbles. Stay the way you are. Snitch. Stay with your moral compass. You know what? Just do God's will.
Ladies
Yeah,
and
I get
gentlemen,
God's will, get my own will, which is
That's, you know what? I feel like it's God's will. From my point of view, it is. You know what? I love how, morally correct you are. I love that from you. Autisha, as I was saying.
Bubbles not.
O na le stress hape o.
O tshwere stress sa eng, no?
Le nna lela Jo.
No, mara o le boletsa akere. He said it
Yeah,
in
but
his own will.
I
Guys,
doubt.
later outside the TikTok live. Ke ntse ke nagana ho itsana hela mo di live ka tela kopana.
No, re kopane. We are able to find similarities. So for an example, Bubbles, I can out I was able to sense ukuthi
Evan, Autibila ba tsamaya. Yeah, no, this is deep.
when you think this is nyana a playful place. I'm not
No.
saying he's running for his life, but I'm
No,
saying
Malumzi, this guy said the name on his own accord. No one forced
Yeah.
him, so
besides
why
that, no
is he
one
stressed
forced him.
now?
He knows the gravity of, but I don't think it could be at that sense. It might be brushed off. It depends as well his circles. You understand? And
Yeah,
remember,
yeah.
on lives we know each other because TikTok has contacts. TikTok has contacts that link you up, and you see who's live, and there are people that are here that you don't see, and so on and stuff like that. So really, sometimes we just really have to be careful about certain things. Nna ke a itse gore, yeah, it could be a problem, but it depends as well on his travelings and wherever he is. That name you don't just say that name. Let me not lie to you. If you don't just say that name, he knows it, but maybe he was just talking in jail and so on. But the way I know, you just don't.
You just don't do it, ne?
Why you don't do it?
Malumzi, where are you from, man?
Yeah, Chief. I'm from Mpumalanga.
Where are you right now?
Mpumalanga.
All right.
No,
Bubbles.
don't worry. I'm in Mbombela, Chief. I'm okay. Don't worry. No, I'm not worried. I am not worried. I could say it, but the problem is, I'd have to go report it that I said it. You know. So
I understand. I get you.
I'm
Right.
not gonna say it because at
Guys,
some
let's
point.
like feeling. Yo.
Oh, I was
No,
saying
we
something.
understand. We understand
I
what's
was saying
going on.
something to Bubbles. Bubbles, we yes, we do meet outside of the lives, but maybe on the green app like WhatsApp, and we discuss a few things, depending on the way a person thinks. You can tell Ohori, this one is IT informed, this one is more of a marketer, and then should things work out, we take it outside TikTok. Out it does certain things. He was supposed to do something for me that I've put on pause, but it is what it is. It depends on life and what it is that we discuss. Nalwena today we are nemesis, but we've got a common denominator. We are great minds. So if ever I hear you talking a certain direction, I'm gonna slide into your DMs. Hey, what's up? I'm thinking about this. And then if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And if you want the protection, we can provide the protection.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But otherwise, man, there's nothing that's going to happen to him. There's nothing that's going to happen.
No, even I didn't even think like that. I just wanted to know, where his location is, because the gas he's talking about, I know it, but I don't know it that well. So before Atama, I was actually asking him about it. Malena, he just ended so quickly. I was surprised, man.
He's going to be busy. There's nothing that's wrong. He's just going to be busy. He'll come back.
All right. Nah. Anyways, Bubbles. Snitch.
Dumelang,
Snitch.
Bagolo.
Ne, Bubbles.
How are you?
I will
How are
do
you,
it.
man?
You being sarcastic, but I will do it.
I'm not.
I will do it.
You should
I'm
not
not
do
being
it.
sarcastic. I really mean it. I'm like Snitch, man.
You snitch
But
too.
Go young.
I still just sharing the wrong things.
no, do you know why Kere she should, ne? Because I don't look at snitching like it's something bad. I look at it like, you know what? It's
Saving a life.
eh?
Saving a life.
Saving a life, man. And also doing what's good. You know, the thing is, we're living in a country that's like what people should do, we don't do. Why? Not because it's bad, but because we're living in fear of certain things that could happen to us. So it's always refreshing to see someone who's willing to take the risk and be like, you know what, my boundaries will not be compromised. I will do this because that's just
Who
who
are
I
you
am.
gonna snitch to? Who are you gonna go snitch to though?
No, you know what? It doesn't even matter if it doesn't work. As long as you just know that's who you are, right? No, I understand
No.
what you're saying, Coco. Like, I really do.
No.
No, I
You
do.
gon you're gonna risk your life just because you want people to know that you are what do you
Not
call
even,
this
you're
word?
not doing it for people,
It's not
man.
about people
It's not
knowing
about
me.
people. You're doing it for
It's not
yourself
about. It's not about
You're
because of
people
your
gonna
moral
knowing.
compass.
you're
It's
gonna be
just.
dead by the morning. Kwatswana.
Are
So
you
how
you gonna live
It's,
forever?
you
Are you
know,
gonna live
it's not
forever?
about
Is the person
forever.
that's gonna analyze me gonna live forever? Guys, you know, if there's one thing I'm not scared of is being analyzed because it's like ke qekisang, a ke qeke ho phela. So talking about risking my life, that's yeah, well,
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 besides
look at
that,
it.
it's not really your life only, you know, your family too, Bubbles. But still, I know what
it'll
Bubbles
be
is doing.
fine. It'll be fine.
I know why Bubbles is doing this, and I agree with her. You know what? There's this saying that goes, oh, I forgot it. It's something like I forgot it, guys. If I remember, I'll tell you. But basically, it just says, don't live on your knees. Rather die like a man.
That is a whack saying, bruh.
No, we all know what that means, man. It means
Yo.
don't compromise on your morals. Come on, guys.
I'd rather unalive on my feet than unalive on my knees.
Right?
That live on my knees, something like that.
Yeah. And we all know what that means. Come on, man. You know, I know why people don't wanna snitch anymore. You know, but it's
You know
all
what?
it
You
does
know
is
what
just
Ket?
put fear
You know
on
what Ket said when they
who's
asked
kids.
him about religion and
Oh yeah.
morals, and yeah, he said he doesn't care about none of that. He said he loves money and he loves being alive. So
Well,
take that into consideration.
money.
I would.
Well, you know, money you can always make it, man. Whether you doing crime or you
No.
just doing good things, you'll always be able to make money. The thing that you know what, money is nothing if you don't have your word.
Oh
Look,
no, guys, can I
that
just correct TK? Chief, money is everything. Money.
Without your word, man, without your character and your personality, money is nothing, bro.
what about the people that are living on 350? Is that character?
You know what? I feel
Ouch!
like it's better than stealing and doing all these crazy things.
No.
For me, I think it
No.
is, man. You know,
The thing
sometimes
is,
I know why people will start
Kokon,
stealing and doing all these great things. It's because they're hungry. It's because they see no other option out.
Mm.
And we understand that, right?
Mm.
But certain people just have those boundaries. You know, you have to ask yourself that when you see a guy, you know, driving a bus or like, you know, not even driving a bus, I want something that's really remedial. Like people who take cans out of plastic bags. Why don't you ask yourself why isn't this guy like stealing? Right? Like those people who don't have anything, but they're not willing to cross a certain boundary or certain line. You have to ask yourself,
Yeah,
man,
it's a
what
good
kind
Can
of
I
question.
make an
square?
example? Just one.
Okay.
The example is imagine your child, man. I don't know if I'm Kutra because like this thing is saying my network is down.
No, we hear you, man. We hear you.
So imagine ngwana hao tlampa thole surgery, let's say for a kidney, and the child is like, let's say 9. If this child does not get the kidney in like 2 months, the child will die, and then you have the means to get that money, or you see your child die. What are you gonna do?
This sounds familiar. But yeah, man, I'll try
This is
and
very familiar.
yeah,
This
I'll
is
try and go
real
into the
life.
hospital and take everyone hostage, but I'll have one bullet for myself. Right? I'll get one bullet, and if push comes to shove, I'll kill myself, man. But then you get
Now
it,
we'll
right?
do whatever it takes.
All right, you get it. That's why I'm like boundaries, man. You know what? In this world, everybody
Hey,
puts money on a high. Bubbles?
oh, sorry. Sorry for go tsena ganong. Sorry. I
No, it's cool.
apologize.
Were you saying something?
I was gonna say that, for us, there's always, everyone has a line that they will not cross. And for some guys, I've asked a guy before, Jorge, if now you had to suck another man's dingy, and so that he can give you money, let's say you don't have at all, you don't have shemo, kurwa, soko, soko, you really need it, would you do it? And the guy said no. And for someone else, that person would say, well, I'm not gonna, it's not the worst thing that can happen. And, so I'll do it, So if someone asked you, Papa Coco, let me peg you, a guy wants to
It's
peg
not the
you.
same thing.
Hold on,
No,
let
it
me
is. It is. Bubbles.
It's not.
If
Bubbles is
someone says
talking
they
here.
wanna peg you,
Papa,
hold
Coco,
on,
you know
hold
this
on,
is true,
hold
man.
on,
You know it's
hold
the
on.
same thing.
Yeah, let me land. Hold on, let me land. I'm saying if someone said, let me peg you for 5 million rands, you might never do it. But if someone said, go and drive this for me, drop this package for 5 million, maybe you might do it. So really it's a thing of, everyone has those boundaries. So there's someone who's willing to be shat on in their mouth for a certain amount, and other people won't do it. You get what I mean?
Dubai.
So
Okay. Kahutwane. Me as a person, I will literally just put it this way. If I wanted money through those acts, I would have been that guy olongkore Gabikile for older men and been a homosexual a long time ago, but I prefer to be straight and not be like these kids that are coming up. Balongkore, they just take the easy way out. But when it comes to like differentiating between what I would do when it comes to getting money and what I wouldn't do, being a homosexual and kissing and sucking, that's not what I would do. But
that's your
crime,
boundary. My boundary is
I would do
crime.
crime, bro. I would literally
Yeah.
do crime to get money. I,
No,
I, I am not ashamed to say that.
no, Coco, you know what that is, right? That's your
What
boundary.
is it?
That's your line, man. That's
Hold
where
on.
you draw the line. You're like, you know what? Crime, I'll compromise on. But
Yo,
being a homosexual,
check what
no,
Bless
that's my
said.
boundary.
Check what Bless said. He calls me a courier. That's what I am.
Bubbles,
Mm-hmm.
you saying you asked, once the problem I have with that kind of a question is being a thief or swindling for money most of the time. Well, night, bar. Sorry, guys. All right. I'm saying to you, sorry about that. There are certain things that people will do for a lifestyle. There are certain things that people will do for survival, and they're two different
Exactly.
two different things. Once you get to a point where lifestyle, usually you would be open to thinking in that direction of um being a twin black
I
or
myself.
of some sort, and doing those deeds that we hear people are doing for tenders and money. That is, for me, it has absolutely nothing to do with hunger, especially for men. That part of the deal has nothing to do with hunger. By the way, I want to also state, Corey, as South Africans, even the crime part, as South Africans, we have a poverty line, and we are told that people sleep hungry, right? And I agree with that there are those that do not know where their next meal will come. However, it's not everyone, because we've got so many feeding schemes. We've got these things are actually working, where schools are know who this child has no parents, and in the afternoon he must come and get a lunchbox that the principal bought ya Tupperware, where they put food for him until tomorrow morning when he comes back to school. I'm not saying every school does it, but I'm saying once one get a I know that is a fact. So for the issues of I am doing crime because I know families that are eating from mere schools, not even talking about private businesses and wholesalers that have kitchens and for everyone. No, I'm not talking about a counselor delivering food for people. No, but I'm saying the most of people in South Africa, you don't die of hunger. They eat. They do get hungry, but people eat. So for you to come and say to me, I sucked on someone's lollipop because I was hungry, or I decided to join crime because, to me, it sounds off. It's more of a lifestyle decision. Like a Kavela, Kibata. Look, I'm not speaking from a point of privilege, but I believe we ought to realize, Uhuri, you can literally plant for the entire year and eat for the entire year. I've seen it happen even to an extent, where Semakaya, there are cows, there's this, the unomnyanya every weekend. There's a funeral you can go just to eat for mahal. So at some point there must be a differentiation of exactly why are you doing this. I am doing this because I want a TV. It's funny how when a person goes through crime and says, I'm going to steal, the very same food that person is looking for, they don't steal. They look for a bicycle, they look for a laptop, they look for a TV, they go sell it, they go buy alcohol. But if you were hungry and they said theft happened, honestly speaking, we should have found the fridge empty and our laptops where they are. But I'll put it to you guys.
You know, Malumsia, when you say people do crime because of a lifestyle and whatnot, it's almost like that sounds shallow, man. You know, there's violent crime, right? And then there's what they call blue collar crime, right? And as much as both of these things are bad, I feel like blue collar crime is, you know what, it's okay. You know, I don't know what the sentence is, maybe 5-10 years, you know. But the moment you're willing to hurt someone, you know, hurt them or even kill them, like for example hijacking, or because you're trying to do that for a lifestyle, then you know what, that says a lot about your character and personality. And that's why I always say, you know what, you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have your word, You know, if your character and personality, those things are just bad, they're just disgusting, then what are you gonna do with all that money, man? You know, it's not genuine, it's not real. And that's my take on this whole crime for lifestyle thing, man. But I agree with you.
Okay, let me allow Papa Coco to submit. Let me keep quiet for a bit.
No, I think he's the one that just spoke. I just want to say welcome, Touch. Just after Bubbles, you can go. After TK, you can go. Yes, Bubbles.
So that's a touch.
Away, Touch.
Hi everyone.
Hey, haven't seen you in a while, man.
Yeah, it's been a minute, but I'm here now.
Yeah. I get what you are saying, Malumsia. There is a difference indeed, but I do think that, you know, we need to be fair when we are discussing these points, in a sense of the initial motivation. Let's talk about, for example, someone who's an escort or goes through that line of work, and okay, I don't want to call it a line of, but let's talk about, for example, someone who does something like that, right? For them to get into that space in the first place, it is more often than not motivated by the need for survival. I mean, that's not fun. You are saying, yeah, there's food, you don't think people sleep hungry, but you probably have at least a piece of chicken in your meal at least every day. But there's someone mo e leng gore o dula ka mo ntlong e leng gore yaanong there's haona makhura and everything, and go na le papa hela input. That person's need for survival is just equally justified. They are also as much entitled to the same comfort that you have when you are having a large meal with 3 vegetables and a protein and a starch. I think that you saying, oh, there's feeding schemes is really, in my opinion at least, downplaying the